Okay, time for another video. So I'm gonna do a recap of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. Oh, let's see here. Anyways, this is from Wednesday. I had a couple of day trades. I got into SRPT, had some data, but it faded, so I got stopped out the next day. I started XXII, actually restarted an XXII swing. Had a few good day trades, and my swings were mixed, as you can see here, and this account really didn't do anything. I got into CIFS swing, but then it closed kind of weak, and I got out of it for a tiny profit. So that was Wednesday. This is Thursday. Again, not much changed in this account, and in this account my swings were doing fine, and then my day, I got into a new swing, a Fitbit. Was very strong on that day, and the rest of my day trades were really good also. I don't have a screenshot for Friday, but I can say that I lost 7,000 on shorting this NLNK, and it kind of sucked me in. When you have a stock that is like straight up, and then it kind of goes sideways in a choppy range, that always sucks me in, because it looks like it's finally gonna break down, but nope, rips back up, and I end up taking a small loss, and then I get sucked in again, get stopped out, so I had a core, and then I traded around it, and I basically shorted the weakness, covered the strength, shorted the weakness, covered the strength, shorted the weakness, covered the strength. Before I knew it, I was down 7,000. I took like $1,000, $1,500 loss every time, and that's not a lot of money, but you do that 3, 4, 5 times, you lose kind of decent amount. And then Kura, I was up 20,000 on. I bought it pre-market, and then it ripped, had some data, and then it faded end of day. I closed most of my position, so I ended up making like 10 or so, and then I lost some money on a couple of other day trades. So my swings they were mixed also, so it was kind of a break-even day on Friday. So this was Thursday, and this is yesterday, Monday. Pretty decent day. I got into, so I closed LL, the swing portion of my LL trade that I got into on this day here. So I closed it, and I got into Tiva, got a new CEO. This is the catalyst everyone's been waiting for, and whoa, holy shit, it's gapping up to $20. Nice. I mean, I have 2,200 shares. I had more, but I sold some. 2,200 shares at 17.38 average. So my average is sorry. I bought it pre-market, so my average is down here, pretty much almost at the lows of the day. And yeah, well, nice. I'm gonna sell, probably gonna sell some in pre-market. It's too early now, but in a couple of hours I'm gonna sell a bunch more. I think it can go back to like low 20s, maybe 21, 22s potentially, but I wanna sell most of my shares on the way up. So Fitbit I closed. I only have tiny left in my third account. It's been kind of weak. It had a big day here. I bought it near the open. Was up nicely. I was up 10% intraday. I sold only tiny, and then it's been fading back, and back to my average, which is in the low sixes, and then I just closed all of it. If it can go sideways a couple of days and then retake this 640 area, I may get back in, because I still think this thing could easily go to mid-high sevens in the next couple of weeks, but for reasons I have outlined in one of my previous videos. XXII, oh yeah, this one I got back into also last week on Friday. I bought a starter like Wednesday or Thursday, and then on Friday I got it back in almost full size finally. And this stock I've also been talking about a lot previously, nicotine-free cigarettes or low nicotine cigarettes, and could be a big theme, I don't know. I like the risk reward, risk 10 cents to make, I don't know, $1, $2 or more. Who knows? I'm just, goes up a bit more, I'm gonna sell some into strength and then just use a trading stop. JNUG I closed. I've gotten out most of my shares now. It's been showing, gold, and there's no fear in this market. Like, this run up was big part was the Korea missiles and everything, blah blah blah, and now the market doesn't care. We broke out the new highs, and the thesis of the trade is gone now. So I closed most of it, kept some just in case, but yeah, I moved up my stop, and yeah, I'm fully prepared to get stopped out of the rest at my stop. So LL pulled back. This is my core position on it. IDXG was kind of unchanged. NLNK I made back some of my $7,000 loss. I was actually up 7,000 on it. So I shorted it near the open, and when it went red and went straight down, I only covered like half or a little bit more than half, and then it kind of grinded up, and I was up like 7,000 here, and ended up only making like 4,600 on it. CLXD, try to short it near the open. It went red, and then it kind of started making higher lows, and I got stopped out of it here just before the close, and then it had a big ripper candle the last 10 minutes. And now there's no setup here. Hopefully it goes to 30 or something. Hertz had a quickly day trade. Unfortunately, I only got filled a third of my shares. I shorted it near the open when it showed some weakness. I only shorted 2,000 shares. I wanted to short 6,000, but I didn't get filled. I didn't want to chase 5 cents or whatever it was, and yeah, could have been a much bigger trade. Could have easily made 3, 4, 5,000 on it. Or 3,000-4,000 at least. IPI, new swing trade. This thing about this, I've been watching this thing. Like, I tried to trade it a few times last year. This thing is an enormously beaten down stock. Been going sideways since 2009 pretty much. And hasn't had a meaningful bounce. And I tried a couple of times here, actually 3-4 times. Then I missed this move here. Then I tried it a few times here. Then I missed this move here, right? And I don't know. I'm not super excited about it. It's a decent setup. Would have been better if it had gone sideways for another 3 to 5 days, but I don't know. It could go. Who knows? Avi, let's see, Hydra, some day trades. I don't remember this one. What is this? Oh yeah. I bought it. I was anticipating a breakout on this thing. Huge volume. It was only phase 1 data, but in this market with NLNK and Kura going nuts, why can't this thing go to like $3? That was my thesis on it. Ended up taking a tiny loss. you know. And if it had worked, I would have made, you know, 10, you know, 5, 10, 15,000. So, you know, risking $1,000 to make 5, 10, 15. That's a good risk reward. mRNS. Now I missed the short near the open. So I missed, could have, you know, one could have shorted in on these lower highs, reject of VWAP or low opening range lows, but I completely missed it. Had a big move down. So I started stalking and we was starting to, you know, did this rounded bottom thing. I started grinding higher. And I shorted it when it burst through this VWAP and showed the first red candle, 470. No, actually 475 was my short. I shorted 10,000 shares. In hindsight, I should have added to it when it got rejected of this VWAP the second time, but I just covered into this weakness and yeah, not bad. My risk was like 600-700 on it since it was such a tight risk setup, and I made 3,600. So really good risk reward. ADAS. So they are gonna announce data on Thursday midday, and that's a perfect kind of. This is like a perfect scenario. Beaten down, low price, low float, biotech stock in a hot biotech market. They announce a very specific date and time for data. Now that's like a really perfect scenario for a low risk, high reward trade, high probability trade. I don't know, this thing could go to $1 before Thursday or on Thursday before the data. So a really good risk reward. My risk on it is like 4 cents to potentially make, I don't know, 40. So really a perfect scenario. Anywho, so those were the trades and positions of the last 3-4 sessions. Let's look at the watch list. Okay, I haven't cleaned it up. So HIIQ, hit piece, sketchy CEO and everything, you know. This thing is gonna go lower probably. And if it does, I'm gonna basically look for a bounce trade in it. I'm not sure it's gonna be today. But it probably needs to go down and up to like mid-low teens for a bounce trade. So nothing I'm gonna look at out of the gate. NGTI, another one. OTC stocks, so feels can be hard. But this thing, if it can get down to this 180s or something, 170s, could put in a 50-cent bounce. You know, I'm gonna be watching. Maybe not out of the gate, but there may be a trade. ONS, another small biotech name, went crazy. I haven't checked if it had any news. I don't think it had any news. It's probably just a chat room pump momentum trade, but potentially looking for another leg higher on it. Looking for a bounce in this thing. If you can get down to like low 18s, that would be nice. NLNK, I don't know what to do with this one. If it gaps up, pushes, could be a short. That's the only scenario I'm looking at for really on this one for today. Stocking for a short, it needs to go down more. It needs to go down to like $600 area for any bounce. I traded it, if you remember last week, I traded it here on this day here for a bounce, and then I shorted it last week. Let's see, on Thursday, made some money on it. So this stock is very trader friendly. Get these clean moves, you know, multi-day big move down, multi-day big move up, and then multi-day big move down. Very trader friendly, and every time I wish I had done more size. I'm still pissed about not having any borrows on the day when it went down $250. This one is getting tight. Labu also. Gonna set an alert on this one. They've been trying to pump this thing. I also tried to buy it on Friday. You know, in this market, this thing could double in a day. Just any kind of news, and it doubles. Hydra is still stalking it. Falk, I don't know what's going on here. Just some pump. Long watch list. I'm gonna clean it up. There's too many things in here. Yeah, you can see the symbols there. You know what I'm looking for by now. Short watch list, gonna clean it up, but you know what I'm looking for in these shorts. Positions, already went through these. Gappers, let's see. So there's some ESMO names. They're gonna release data today. Gonna keep an eye on those. This one already released data, so I'm gonna take it off. Anywho, so those, well, that's it for today.